And welcome back to Newsmaker Sunday. Our conversation with the candidates running for Green Bay mayor continues. Our next guest is Patrick Buckley. He is a former city alderman and current Brown County supervisor. Buckley has a history in law enforcement, serving as a police officer for nearly 20 years, 15 with the Green Bay Police Department, and he is also a businessman in the city of Green Bay. Patrick Buckley, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Much appreciated. What was the trigger? Why did you decide to run for mayor?
You know, from a standpoint in my life, with my kids grown and not needing as much time, you know, I'm very active with my kids as they're growing up. From a business standpoint, we're at a good point to be able to step away. And I just think the city of Green Bay is at a crossroads right now with extremely high taxes and really aging infrastructure. And to me, when I look at the next mayor is going to have to be someone that can get things done. And with my background, as you said, as a former police officer, where I served in the drug unit, I worked on patrol, I was on the SWAT team, I was on the community policing team. I know how to get things done. While I was a police officer, I came across my business. And now it's 25 years later. That went by really fast. And we went from one location to 57 locations. I have over 700 employees at this time. And again, it shows the ability to get things done. Since I retired from the police department, I served on the city council, in which I was on the redevelopment authority. I also served on the personnel committee and the finance committee. I still sit on the county board, where I chair the Public Safety Committee and serve on the Executive Committee. Again, with that kind of background, I feel it's a good time for me to step up. And when I look at the position of mayor, I don't look at it as a job. I don't look at it as a career advancement in politics. I look at it more as, you know, how, myself as the mayor, can I make this the best place to live, work, and retire? And that's what I want to do, see that the city is the best place to live, work, and retire.
One of the issues you are going to be facing as mayor would be the condition of our city streets. Right now we have a wheel tax. Do you think that's the way to go, or is there another way to go about this?
You know, I was frustrated. Our streets in some areas are horrendous. They are. And, you know, earlier this spring, they started the notifications in my neighborhood, where they were going to start assessing to redo Hillcrest Road.
For big dollars.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Some of my neighbors were getting assessed upwards of $60,000. Right. And how do you, in 3 months, come up with $60,000 in road assessments? When you take a road that wasn't meant for, I believe they say there's 800 vehicles going through there a day. That road was never meant for that to begin with. And now you're going to assess the people that live on that road $30,000, $60,000. You know, mine wasn't quite that. My assessment wasn't quite that high. So that led to some other discussions when we went to the Improvement Services Committee, and they brought back the wheel tax at that time. And to be honest with you, I'm very frustrated with the wheel tax. First of all, I believe the roads should be being paid for out of our property taxes as it is right now. We shouldn't be charged additional tax to pay for our road repair and maintenance.
Okay.
But when I asked about the wheel tax, there is no sunset to the wheel tax. And I thought it should have a sunset clause. There is no cap on how much they can charge us for this wheel tax. So that could be raised each year, depending on what they need for their budget. So that's very concerning. And probably one of the more concerning parts, I was told that the collection of that would be about $2.1 million. And I asked where that was going towards, and they said to cover the assessments, which ranged about $700,000 to $800,000 per year. And then when asked where the rest of the money was going, I was told program is not yet defined.
That's always dangerous.
It's, you know, if you put money in a different pot where it's accessible, it's going to get spent.
Someone will take it.
Yes.
We shall continue with Patrick Buckley right after this, so please stay with us.